excited that you and your husband dug my work in the film. I mean that genuinely. So the film was shot in Melbourne, Florida, and it was shot in maybe 2001, between 2001 and 2003. It was a 8-week period between 2001 and 2003. I can't give you specifics. I'm not great with dates at all. Yes, I think it was easy to inject humor into the concept of aliens and UFOs, because I think aliens are funny. As people might think they're mean, or they want to hurt you. I personally think they're probably very funny and have probably tapped into comedy that we may never even know, beat-wise, And UFOs are funny too, because they're round and they sway, and they're fast. And I think fast is funny when something is going fast. Like if something is in fast forward, it's funny. Yeah, having the scene in the playground was a great time. My co-stars were awesome. They're friends of mine. And we had picked all that stuff up sort of later, and we had already shot the majority of the film, so, we were just like back together and, ad-libbing and improvising and just goofing around, and yeah, we had a ball, but, that's the fortunate element of being able to work with friends, not that you can't have a good time with strangers, but it happened to be that, so yes, it was fun. The alligators in the scene with Chris Elliott were very scary. I did get to be close to them. I sat on the back of one, the one that he sits on in the movie. I sat on. I wouldn't have if he wasn't blind in one eye. That was the selling point. That's why I was like, all right, I'll do it. And I just kind of touched my bum to his back, and then I got out. I guess the funniest outtake from the film, which is on the DVD, is that moment that I was doing a scene with Patrick Warburton, and we're playing this kind of funny, low-key moment, and, I sometimes... my mind gets connected, and then it flops over, and in the midst of us doing this scene, I had to cut it because I started to cry. I have no idea why, but I got very teary and very emotional. Paul Sullivan, the director, had to remind me that we're shooting a comedy. And then I was all right. I did a year run as Bill Austin in Mamma Mia, and it was fantastic. It was an awesome show to do. It was just great, just dancing every night, and 2,000 people almost guaranteed every night going crazy for the show. So it was a gift for a performer to be able to to go and know that there's a guaranteed intense care for the work that you're doing up there, and the show itself, which has that. If I had to do it again, I'd play Bill Austin. I'd play it again because I wouldn't have to memorize any other lines. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of big names in TV. I think the one that I had the most fun with, but she was a producer of this show that I did on Starz called Hollywood Residential, and I got to work with Cheryl Hines, and even as a producer, we were working intimately together, and it was great. We had a ball. It was like a really fun set, and we had a great time. So I would say was definitely my favorite thus far. It was in a show on Starz called Hollywood Residential, and I played a B porn star. As far as any favorite actor that I've worked with, I really couldn't nail one down, I mean, it's always been, I think if I were to say the favorite actors that I've worked with, you might not know who they are. They're people that I've worked with on other pieces that are just committed, So I guess I should just say the favorite actors that I like to work with are the ones that are like really care about the process and like really care about the give and take. I know that's like a kind of an uppity answer, but it's true. The name doesn't mean as much to me as the kind of what we can do together and what they're willing to do and how we're going to make it work and bring something to life from the page. That's my favorite actor. The show that I would love to work on that I haven't had a chance to work on yet is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I really want to work on that show. I love that show. Yes, I have directed films. I'm also a director. My favorite film that I've directed, I believe, would be Woman in Phone. I just like the tone of that piece. I think it became something more than I thought it was going to be, creatively. So I think that I've had the most fun that would be my favorite film, actually, which it's a film that's out there and it's all done, but every couple of months I'll go back and recut it just for my own entertainment, because I just love the feeling of it and the tone of what I created in it, and the actress who was in it as well. So that would definitely be my favorite piece. Also, the fact that Tony Danza's Stereo, which is another film I would have to say is my favorite, because the reason I wrote that film was to hide the proposal to my wife, who is now my wife, and I sort of wrote that script in order to have a piece to work on, to slide it in, break the fourth wall, and say, "Will you marry me?" You know, and she said yes. She was totally freaked out, but that would, that it's got sentimental value to it. My favorite film genre to direct would be, I think it would fall in between the idea, like, I love doing comedy stuff, but I also love doing very artsy, very avant-garde stuff, a lot of symbolism and things like that, metaphors and sort of interesting ways to say things, and you have that freedom in an avant-garde piece, you know what I mean, to kind of do whatever you want, and that's kind of where I think. So I would say more of the avant-garde kind of artsy films is definitely where my instincts and strengths lie. Alex Trebek, I believe, is a pretty smart guy. He's also got a lip. He likes to throw the curse words a little bit here and there. I gotta say, not a bad thing. I do the same thing, but I'm keeping it cool now because I know this is a family site. But he was great to work with. I'm very happy about that. That I had a chance to do that commercial with. The favorite commercial I've done would probably have to be the Jeopardy commercial. It was because it's just so cool to have to see me on the Jeopardy set. The Budweiser campaign I did was also very cool because I got to work with one of the directors of The Sopranos, which was a very cool thing to be on set with Alan Coulter and come from that same world, seeing as I never got cast on The Sopranos. Thank you, Walken Jaffe Casting. So thank you very much. I hope those were good answers to the questions. I appreciate you taking an interest in me. Thank you for enjoying the film. We really worked hard on it, and we're just so glad it's out there, and just thanks for enjoying it. It's really cool, and I'm honored that you wanted me to answer these questions for you. So I hope it worked out. To all the viewers, patrickgallo.com is my website. You can wander around, see different kinds of work that I do, and check it out. And have a good day, have a good night, and just live life and do everything you want to do. Inspiration, imagination, inspiration. Beautiful things. That's like the toboggan on that huge, snowy peak. You say, how am I going to get down? Take this toboggan. That's imagination. It's a toboggan when you didn't have a toboggan. All the best.